Hello everyone, and welcome back to Voxel Tales. We did it! Cue the FNAF cheering and the air horn. Today marks the 50th episode of the show, almost an entire year of weekly VT episodes. For context, that's over 15 hours of content. You could fly from New York to London and back watching nothing but VT, and still have some left over.
Not saying you'd want to, just saying you could.
Yeah, anyway, let me start off by saying a huge thank you to everyone that's watched, subscribed, or otherwise interacted with the channel over the past year. And massive shout-outs to my regulars. Some weeks the often dismal numbers have taken their toll, and it's been your comments and support that have kept me going. So why are we starting over at the castle? Well, between episodes I've been laying some more paths and roads. I've put in this temporary one to approach the castle, and likewise I've put in a couple of temporary blocks to mark out where the castle gatepost will go. I'm thinking we're going to go with a grand arched gateway, possibly with a guard post outside. Now obviously the biggest thing I've done is continue the road all the way to the castle. I've had to put a bend in it, sadly. Not a huge deal, but probably would have looked nice if it ran straight down to the castle. See, it's just a few blocks too far over. I'm not moving it, mind. That'd be way too much faffing about for the sake of a sightline.
So you're not gonna move it?
No, I don't think so. Not today, anyway. Nope, today I have another idea in mind, and it indirectly involves our very first build. That's because a brand new build is going to be going right here. In fact, why don't I just show you exactly what's going to be going there? The schematic table's already set up here after all from last time. So we'll just... Oh yeah, I already loaded it before I started recording. Okay, so pretend I put the schematic in the box and picked the village hall from the list. You can do that for me, right? Of course you can. And if I just select it, as you can see from the bounding box, it's a bit of a whopper. And if my calculations are correct, it needs to go right around here. Looks like it still needs a little coaxing into place. 1 second. There, much better. Told you it was pretty big. But as you can clearly see, the little path beside it bumps right up to the front steps of the shed. Which is why I'm blowing it up. No, not really, but I am moving it. Yep, our episode 1 shed is getting relocated to make way for the future of the village. It's almost poetic in a way. My plan, which as you know by now will work flawlessly, is to grab a schematic and quill. Okay, correction, is to make a schematic and quill. Then make a schematic of the whole shed and basement, put it all block by block into chests, and have the schematic cannon use those blocks to rebuild it somewhere else. It's simple, it makes sense, it can't possibly go wrong.
Did you seriously just say that?
Yeah, I know. I felt the universe start conspiring the second it came out my mouth. Anyway, I'm committed, so there's no turning back now. Right. I guess we can put this away for now. And the first thing we should probably do is relocate the animals. Yeah, Gwen and Fen are both up here. And the cats were hanging out in the basement last I saw them. Yep, there they are. Right, you two, come with me. We're off to your new home. I know, it's properly exciting. And a Gwen. And a Fen. Right, you lot, follow me. In case you hadn't guessed it, we're moving the shed to the farm/warehouse area. Not picked the exact spot yet, but yeah, it's going to live over there from now on. Right, you four hang out here, get acquainted with the locals. I'm going to go get the shed, okay? Be good. Back over at the shed, I figured out the locations of the bottom rightmost corner and the topmost left corner to make sure we had a bounding box that encompassed the entire build. Yeah, I think that should do us just nicely. Obviously we'll name it The Shed. Right, I guess all that's left to do is get some chests together and start taking it all down. Feels like the end of an era. Anyway, no room for sentimentality. If we ever want people moving back in, we've got a job to do. Editor me, cue the time-lapse. We interrupt this time lapse to bring you another group of villagers who haven't realised that everybody's gone. Frustratingly, they seem to have spotted me here, minding my own business, and decided their best course of action is to just stand there staring at me. So I'm probably going to have to go and deal with them. So, flint and steel for the captain. And I've not used the righteous relic on anything for ages. Why not? Let's relic them righteously. Right in the face.
There!
I assume you won't leave if I ask nicely.
Get him!
Yeah, figured as much.
Ugh! Ah! Yucks! Ugh! Ah! Ugh! Ah!
They're never gonna learn. You know what I should do is start leaving one of them alive to tell the tale. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some milk to get rid of bad omen. Suppose a fringe benefit to all the villagers leaving is that you don't accidentally trigger any raids. Well, there it is. The whole shed and its contents condensed into boxes. Now I just have to relocate them to the farm, and thanks to the Carry On mod, we can carry them on over there. Or at least fly them over there, courtesy of Air Elytra. But I'm sure Editor Me's not going to make you watch me flying back and forth over and over. Now, he'll probably swoosh transition to when we're ready to figure out where to put the shed. He's good like that. See? Told you he would. What a guy, eh? So, where to put the shed? Oh, by the way, you probably spotted it, but I also cart contraptioned over here the little stables we made for our abandoned vinery donkeys, Juan, Dos, Torres, and Forge, who it would seem have all wandered off somewhere. Not that they could have gone far, like, I'm sure they're fine. No, yeah, you see, there they are, by the railway tracks, obviously. So the most obvious spot to try would be beside the barn. Looks like it's going to be too wide, though. Yeah, too wide. Okay, what about over here by the warehouse? Could fit it right here, I suppose. Just lower it into position. Well, it fits at least. Not sure I like it, though. Let's see what it looks like from the air. Ha! Yeah. No. Don't like that. Well, back to the drawing board. Over here behind the barn might work. Alright, you lot. I'm probably going to put a shed back here, so you're going to have to Alright. Can't actually ride you, can I? Not to worry, though. I have leads. And Juan, Dos, Torres. Where's Forge? Of course Forge's missing. He's always chuffing missing. Right, you three stay put. If I see Forge, I'll bring him back over. For now, though, I'm going to go get the shed positioned. Flipping Forge. Well, I'm going to have to clear some more space and move that rail line, but I think this could work. Yeah, I think this'll work.
Famous last words?
Alright, Schematic Cannon, no pressure, but we've got an entire other building to do this episode, so let's get this right first time, okay? Okay. well that ain't right. Seriously though, how's it managed to miss half the roof? All the stuff is in those chests, so I'm going to try rearranging it and running the cannon again. And if that doesn't work, I'll just have to put it all back manually. God dang it. Alright, cannon, once more with feeling. Let's go for a whole building this time, eh? What do you say? No? Well, that looks promising. When all was said and done, we pretty much had a complete shed. Ow! Clearly forgot to put the lights in down here though, didn't you? Right, I'm going to finish putting together this place myself as the schematic cannon has clearly hit its operational limit. Sit rep! Took a little bit of time, but the shed is officially rebuilt and in place. Looking good as new. That includes the basement. It's all lit up properly now and ready to go. Full disclosure, I haven't reinstalled the lift mechanism, but that's not an issue right now. Because right now, I have to go and gather the 11 pages worth of materials we need for the village hall. Yay! Oh, but before I crack on, just wanted to point out that I rerouted the rail line here so we don't accidentally get unalived by a train when we get up in the morning. Okay, now I'm going. 1 second for you, but hours later for me, and I've finally gotten all the materials together to make this village hall. As you can see, there's quite a lot of them. I even had to make a glass-blowing workbench that I didn't even know was a thing. But doesn't matter, we're ready, that's what counts. We can turn this thing on, sit back, and watch the whole materialise from nothing. So, Schematic Cannon, I'm putting my faith in you once again. And you're not going to screw it up and make me spend ages finishing things off, are you? No, you're going to do a proper job, aren't you? Yes. Well, it seems to have finished. Yeah, that's not firing anymore. But I mean, you can clearly see it's missed stuff. Like the entire front door, for instance. And I was thorough with that parts list. Like, there shouldn't be anything left in those chests. Are you done? Yes, you are. So what's in it? The spare Ushia laptops and leftover glue. And spare Ushia AC units and, for some reason, 3 ceiling blocks. So now I'm convinced the schematic and quill just misses blocks sometimes for whatever reason. But at least it's got the majority of it this time. Right, suppose I'm gonna go get the missing bits and put them in. BRB. I decided to make the schematic cannon do the door, and then I'll do the other odds and ends. Oh yes, it's a revolving door. I mean, it's not actually revolving yet. I still need to get it hooked up to power, but you get the idea. Okay, that's done. Just gotta get it all connected to power and I can show you around. Connecting the power was actually pretty easy. I just had to dig a tunnel over under the square and tap power off of where we connected the Christmas tree. See? Told you I left it there for a reason.
Yeah, you had no idea you were doing this.
Shh, makes me sound competent. 1 shaft line and a couple of gearboxes later and the door and the clock were ready to roll. Hey, look at that guys. Working clock, working door. Not sure I like it revolving clockwise, but that's an easy fix. Anyway, let me show you around. Where to start? Well, first up we have... Oh, something else the schematic missed. That's more like it. Bureaucracy at its finest. Not sure what these teller windows are for right now, but they look official at least. And you can form an orderly queue in front of them, the way God intended. They've got a lot of files and cabinets back here, so it's got to be something important. And they've even got a coffee machine. Guess you've got to stay caffeinated in customer service. Moving over to the other side of the building, we've got a reception area for Tom's secretary, giving them a laptop for keeping the schedule in order. And Tom needs a secretary because... check out his new office! Bit of an upgrade from his old one, I'd say. Except those sofas are supposed to be blue. Better. Everything matches now. I like it when things match. Just gotta hope Tom likes it, I guess. It's kind of an apology for my role in everybody leaving.
Hey, at least he'll have a good office for when they all come back.
That's right. Positive thoughts. Good attitude. And finally on our tour, a village hall wouldn't be much cop without, well, a hall. So here it is. A big room currently full of chairs with a stage at one end. If anybody needs to, they can stand up here and address the whole village. Or it could be emptied out to be used for functions. Who knows? Not for me to say. Right, well, I think we're looking pretty good for now. So I suppose I'll put a door on this back door hole since the cannon missed that as well. And then I'll meet you outside for the sign-off. No, and I think I'll reverse the door direction because I've decided I don't like it. Just needs an extra gearbox, so no big deal. Yeah, I like that better. It's the little things. Well everyone, we did it. 50 episodes of Voxel Tales. It's been quite a ride, eh? We've made friends. Heck, we've practically gathered an entire zoo of animal buddies. We've built cool things. Fought with monsters. And uncovered a bunch of secrets and mysteries we've barely scratched the surface of. I want to say another huge thank you to you all for watching. Without you, there's no point in even doing this. If you have enjoyed the show, then help us grow by subscribing and leaving us a cheeky like and a comment below. That being said, I'm going to take a break. I've done nothing but VT for a whole year, and I just need to do something else for a bit. Reflect on things and figure out where we go from here. As always, I've been Dan, this has been Voxel Tales, and until next time remember, be good. And if you can't be good, don't get caught. Bye guys.